Hello everybody, Nine and Des. How's everybody doing? Look at the leaves are off all the trees now. Makes me sad. Makes me sad. All the overgrowth out there is all melting down. I think that was another aspen tree there. But yeah, look. That's it for the summer, I believe. Anyway, hi there. It's Sunday. It really is. It's Sunday, so we got to talk about some hypocrites, I think. And first of all, I want to say a little bit about Mango Moose Knuckle and him all upset about those commercials that we put on TV about Ronald Reagan. He's got his neenie in a knot. Or maybe his teeny vaheenie is getting a little sideways. So he's still all pissed off at those commercials when it was his own president, one of his guys, that said that commercial that he hated tariffs. Oh, good in the short run, he said. Not so good in the long run. They cause economic collapse. Oh, Donnie didn't like that. He don't want people to know that shit. He don't want anybody to know that. So he had to go ahead and say, oh no, we caught Canada red-handed, fraudulent ad was AI. Donnie, no it wasn't, honey. That same ad is on the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library. Something you don't have. So yeah, it even says there's no restrictions at all and anybody can post his stuff. But apparently the new CEO for the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library, I think it's a CEO, I don't know, whatever the hell he is, but he's severe MAGA and a big Trump supporter. So you know he got that effing phone call to say, how'd that get out? You better take that down. Get that out. Erase more history is what I'm saying. Gotta erase more history. So they're going on with that. Now, our Prime Minister left, was it Thursday or Friday? I think Friday. He left to go to Busson, South Korea. Vivi, do you want to go inside? Yeah, Mommy put you inside. She's a little cold. Let me turn this around so you can see her before I put her in. Daisy baby. Good girl, Mommy put you in. Look it. All right. Come on, Mommy put you in for a treat. Isn't this a lovely garage, eh? That's better than none, I suppose. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Good girl. Okay. We got a short shift of her. So anyway, they were talking to him at his airplane before he left Ottawa. And they were asking him about this bullshit. And the funniest thing was that he said, well, how's this gonna work out for trade negotiations when you get over there? Because Trump's gonna be there. What's that gonna do? And Carney, just like the good dad that he is, level head, knows his kids really well. He just looked the camera right down the barrel and he goes, he'll be okay. When he's ready to come out of his room, we'll chat. That's basically what he said. Well, when they're ready. But it was really more to the point, like, okay, when he comes out of his room, then we'll talk. I about burst a gush. I'm sure that wasn't his intent, but that's how I took it. And it was but see, Carney's really subtle like that. But he's got some more trade deals, and him and she are going to meet. And did you know, I don't know if you've seen my other videos or not, but that Canada and China were the only two countries on the globe that stood up to him. We went, our guys went down there to see what he wanted. You got to know what you're playing for, right? So everybody's going, oh yeah, Carney caved. No, you got to know the rules of the game, and you got to know the players. So he went down there, and he just sat in that oval. Just him. He's like, did he just say that? And he looked over like he's doing side eye to his buddies there, going, what the fuck? Yeah. So Carney's already over there making noise, and I have a feeling that we might be getting Grippins and not the A35. That's good too, because the A35 comes with a whole bunch of other contingencies, like we have to use all their parts, we have to use all their mechanics, and it's like, we bought the planes, they're fucking ours. We will find our own mechanics and our own airframe techs and aero engine techs to look after it. But no, this is going to come with a lot of strings. And I don't think we're ready to play the fiddle. I really don't. At least I'm hoping not. Those Grippins will be good. So we'll see how that goes. But Carney is very confident that we will get more deals, because we have quite a few already. It's the car industry. The car industry, steel, aluminum, softwood lumber. Did you know like 68% of the homes built in the United States depends on Canada lumber? Because it's better quality. We just don't have trees. We got good trees. We got good, strong Canadian trees. We have free trees. So yeah, we got to get into some of that over there. So Trump is still on about, oh, caught Canada cheating. Caught them red-handed. I was really disappointed, because I was hoping he'd say, I caught stone cold cheaters. And he's still on about Canada cheating. All he has to do, he's on the fucking internet 24/7. I think, you think he would Google that, wouldn't you? But then what would he bitch about? If something was true, how could he put that out there? How could he put that out there if it was true? His lips can't say true. They can't. His lips can say lies. His lips can say innuendos. Well, I bet you Mike Johnson can say innuendo better. Him and Lindsey Graham. But I digress. I'll get to Mike Johnson in a minute. So, yeah, so our prime minister's over there trying to make deals after deals. Japan got that new president. First female ever. And she was welcomed into Parliament. Everybody stood and gave her kudos, her clappies and all the rest of the stuff. And she said, she's supposed to be very right-leaning. So I don't know if, like in Australia, the right are the good guys and the left are the bad guys. But I don't know if it's the same in Japan as it is in North America. But she's the new prime minister anyway. And she said that she isn't giving Trump shit. I'm not giving him nothing. He has put it out there. Like, people are going to sit back and go, oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's like an old protection racket. What? Well, he's been charged with RICO before, hasn't he? Just saying. But anyway, he's telling Japan they need to pay him, I think it's $630 billion. $630 billion. Cash. He wants the cash. He wants to send over in steamer trunks, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, he wants $630 billion cash from Japan. And he wants 630, or 680, or 380 rather, billion dollars from little South Korea. South Korea is like, no, you're not crashing our economy. We're not giving you $380 billion cash. Are you crazy? Well, he is. And there we go with that again. So yeah, they want cash. Cash. I don't even use cash anymore. Unless I'm putting it in a card for my cousin's granddaughter or something. Seriously. So South Korea was like, no, I'm sorry. The most we can do is 20 billion. So Busson, I think, is who sent the letter to the tradespeople in South Korea, and he said, okay, how about you give us 25 billion. That's a far cry from 380, right? Give us 25 billion. But you're going to give us that every year until you pay us off. How much interest is that coming with? 100%? He likes 100% or 2,000%. And the Korean people are going, no, just walk away. We'll put up with the tariffs because he ain't going to be here forever. We'll put up with those tariffs. Don't give him our money. So they're all up in arms about that. But yeah, he's asking for cash deals because I think he's a little short on his ballroom. Well, like I said before, those pants have plenty of ballroom. But who has functions in North America where they need 1,000 seats for dinner? Nowhere. When Ronald Reagan was in there, Nancy Reagan, they had that big, beautiful state dinner. Remember when Princess Diana and Charles came and she danced with John Travolta? Remember that? That looked pretty fancy and pretty nice to me, that big giant area they were dancing in. So, no, you do not need that. And what I think happened was, when they were playing around in that bunker, I think they might have blew something up or something. Or while they were changing something on the facade, it went through the wall. And it was like, oh, fuck, too late now. So they just barrel house through it. And now he's covering up. Now he's saying he's got somebody that's all private donations, all private donations. That's not somebody that's planning on leaving. That's somebody they're making my ballroom. I got my airplane. He's going to have that parked at Andrews, is he? So he's got all this shit going on. He thinks he's going to go over there and make big trade deals. And like I said in my other video, he's pretty lippy when he's behind the camera there screaming at cameras as he's getting on a plane to fly away. It's pretty lippy then. Some bold. But how's he going to be? Because now he's not even talking to Canada. Not talking to Canada. And we're putting 10% tariffs. 10% tariffs. And we're saying, basically, do your fucking best. Do your best. Which he has no idea what doing your best means. No idea. But anyway, he talks a good game there. Now what's going to happen when they get to South Korea at that roundtable meeting they're going to have? Carney's going to be there. Numbnuts will be there. You mean to tell me on camera they're not going to, that Trump's not going to go over and smile, oh, I like Mark Carney. Smart man, good man. You think that's not going to happen? He won't be lippy in front of him, telling him he cheated. Stone cold cheater. He won't tell that to his face because he's chicken shit. He will taco again and again and again. So there's that. We'll see how the rest of it goes. And apparently he just blew up a couple more boats. Sent another destroyer. I don't know, man. This guy's off his rocker. Seriously. And now mainstream media, lamestream media, whatever the hell you're calling the ABC, CBS, they're starting to notice. Maybe they're just being forced to tell a little bit of the truth. It's like a little one-cheek sneak there with a fart. Maybe that's what they're doing. But they're behind the times. So, Mini Mike Johnson there, they're asking him all kinds of questions. And they're just lying their ass off because it's all the Democrats' fault and everything else. But you know what else I found? And I've been digging around. I found that there's a bunch of Republicans in the Senate that are saying, you know what? I don't like this. The people in my state aren't going to benefit from this. In fact, they're going to suffer. A lot of the Midwestern senators, they're saying, I think there's a bunch of them that are saying no. And they're the ones that are holding up this thing, not just the Democrats. There's a bunch of Republicans holding that up too. And guess what? There's probably 100 Republicans over there that will also come over and sign that petition to get those Epstein files out. This is what all this shit's about. So his little weenus isn't out there on full view when there's like probably a handful of those young women that can actually testify to what it looks like. We know Stormy Daniels showed Jimmy Kimmel what it looked like, right? And then you have the likes of Mini Mike I Got No Johnson, or balls, or spine. That boy's going to pay big. When he's out of the White House, he's going to be the biggest pry on two legs. I just have a feeling in my heart. But for entertainment purposes only, allegedly, his grindr app probably beeping more, as much as his accountability app, because now his son gets to see all the stuff he's doing because they're connected. Families that are grinding together. So there they are. He's doing all this backdoor stuff on the down low, allegedly. And his wife runs a conversion therapy thing. She's not accredited with any college, university, but she calls herself counselor. She's not. She was given her money to open her little clinic by some friggin' right-wing voodoo doctor or something. But yeah, she does conversion therapy, which is illegal in Canada all over, but it's supposed to be not allowed in a bunch of states either, but I don't think that matters to these people. They've broken every friggin' law. They're not just fractured, they completely smashed every friggin' law going, including anything that the scrotum says, SCOTUS says. But the IHIP girls were saying that they noticed that Mr. Johnson, his cheeks are getting a little rosy lately. Said they think that he's putting on makeup. Well, I don't think so. I think that when he gets in front of the cameras, his cheeks get redder, because that son of a bitch, he's allergic to the truth. That's when he starts flushing. When he tells all those lies, that's when he starts flushing. And then I seen Keith Edwards, and he had a show, and it was all in German, and it blew my mind because I was playing a game on my tablet. Now they said Micah Johnson, and I looked up, and here he comes in a tuxedo, and his daughter's with him in like a white wedding gown, and they're coming arm in arm like down the aisle. That has got to be the most freaky friggin' thing that these evangelicals do. Purity balls. Purity and balls should not be in the same sentence. And there he is, him all dressed in the tux. It's like the bride and groom at the wedding. And that's creepy because it's father and daughter. And yeah, I'm going there. And they're standing there, and all these dads in their tuxes, like their grooms, are standing there, and their 13-year-old daughters are promising and I promise to be sexually pure. What 13-year-old wants to even say the word sex in front of their father, let alone telling them that they're not going to get laid? How many? Not many that I know. Kids are really sneaky about that stuff. Well, not sneaky, but I don't know, it's like an embarrassment. They don't want to talk to their father about sex. But apparently, and then they put the little ring on their hand, like they're married. I'm sorry, but that's creepy as fuck. It really is. But it was all in German, and it showed all that. So, he's allegedly on the down low. His wife does conversion therapy. I don't know, is the other Mike Pence going to her too? Apparently he was going every 6 months. I guess the urges were high in Washington. Apparently grindr's good in Washington. And Lady G is probably giving Mini Mike some tips. But I gotta tell you, there's something going on. I seen a picture of him, and his head was as orange as the Mango Moose Knuckles. All you needed was those little triangles over the eyes and that big toothy grin there. He's turned into a pumpkin head. Like everybody says that Vivi's got the same haircut as me. Yeah, it's like when you're with your partner long enough, you tend to start to look alike. Just saying. But anyway, they're a bunch of hypocrites. I firmly believe in my heart of hearts, allegedly for entertainment purposes only, that he is on the down low. Because when his preacher buddy, roommate, greets him at the door in his tighty whities, he's got his house coat open there, and he's got a cocktail, and he greets him at the door, there's something fishy going on. I tend to believe what I see and only half of what I hear. But I'm hearing too much about him. So anyway, Night Nana loves you. Be good, be safe. Please take care of you first so you can take care of somebody else. I love you so much. I really do. Be good, be safe, and keep your head on the swivel. This shit ain't over yet. Just saying. It's not over yet. So we need to be vigilant. Vigilant. Paramount is, safety is paramount. Okay. This has gone on way too long. I love you. Love me, like me, share me. Don't forget to subscribe. And